Yo, hey, what's up, people? We're back. There might not be any game audio in the background right now. I'm just showing pictures of some of the matches that I had to go through in this Blockade breakthrough, which really sucked. But it is what it is. So, once we get through all the pictures and all that stuff, we'll get into the match. This was one of the roughest, toughest days for me, so I figured I would record since I had to struggle so much. Now, I did record the game and my commentary separately, but when I combined the audio and the video together, I forgot to lower the audio on the game itself. So my audio, my commentary, and the video level for the game is really high, so it really sucks. So now what I'm doing is I am recording my commentary again. I don't know why I'm explaining all this to you, but hey, whatever. So you might not hear any game audio because I have to reduce the audio again on the video, and I'm probably gonna have to reduce it so much because I don't want my voice overlapping my voice, because I'm not saying the same thing I was saying last time, of course, because I am aggravated and I have to redo it. But whatever. Anyways, I had to struggle on this so bad. And what happened is earlier, on stage 13 is where it usually starts getting rough, but it doesn't get like that bad. You know, sometimes I have to restart it a couple times. Sometimes it's for a half an hour, whatever. But what happened is I lost Sen, and I was like, you know what? I've lost Sen before at 13. I'm gonna get through the rest of the stages. It's gonna be a little rough, but I'm gonna get through it. And what had happened is once I hit stage 15, it got really rough again, and then I ended up losing my Easter Ayato. And I guess I could have restarted, but I was like, you know what? Even if I lose my Easter Ayato, I could just put Naki in the back, and then just put Combat Ken in. But what had happened is it wasn't giving me enough stats to be able to do the last stage. So now I had to bring in a Tori, and then I had to move cells around and move potentials around, and I had to try the stage I don't even know how many times. Let's just say for an hour straight, at least a minimum an hour straight. Had to do this before I got through the stage, and there was no way. There was no way I was giving up on 18, because as soon as you beat 18, you get the chest for 500, and then plus what's 18. If I was completely stuck like on 15 or something like that, it would have been different. But for me to get defeated on 18th is just not gonna happen. So I just did the stage over and over again. Now there was a couple times that I got through the first one, and Itori or Ito. My bad. I'm saying Itori because I was just trying to do Centipede with Trap. But my Ito was fine, and Ito survived to the second round. And then what happened is on the second round, Ito got killed. And then the third round, of course, your CP drops. So now you're in big trouble because your CP is below what it's supposed to be. So that kind of becomes an issue. You know, you want your CP to be above the stages that you're fighting. So, you know, if you lose somebody in the last stage, it's completely different. But you don't want to lose anybody on the first or second. So, like I said, I beat the first one a couple times, got through the second one a couple times. But I never made it. You know, I made it to the third, but I've always made it to the third with Ito gone. Well, this was the first time I finally made it to the last one. I was like, you know what? Even if I lose Ito here or lose anybody, it doesn't matter, because I get the first turn, and then I can just take him out, and it shouldn't be a problem. But like I said, the biggest thing is when you're going through that third stage or whatever stage it is, you want to make sure that your CP's up there. It's just, if you're not going first at these late stages, if you're not going first in the second or third round, they're going to completely decimate you. And if it's not a team that does so much damage that they just kill you outright, it's going to be a team where they do a little bit of damage, but they completely buff up themselves, so you can't do any damage to them. And then it's a battle of attrition. And of course, with their buffs and you being debuffed, their attrition is going to be a lot better than yours because they went first. So anyways, we're done. I finished it. Take it easy, everybody. Peace.